Good afternoon, everyone. I am Indra Adhikari from Roman Education, and in this video, today we will cover one of the speaking items from Pearson Test of English Academic, and that will be repeat sentence. During this video, you will learn about what you need to do with the item, how it's scored, and some strategies or tips to overcome the hurdle. So let's begin with the overview of repeat sentence. There are 5 different item types in speaking. It starts with read aloud, followed by repeat sentence, and then describe image, retell lecture, and answer short questions. So this is the second item type you get in your exam in the order of the questions or items in PTE exam. So this item involves listening and speaking. So once you finish listening, you have to speak. Now let's discuss how it's scored. This item gives you a score for pronunciation, fluency, and content. But obviously the most important thing is content. So if you do not get the content correct, and if you get 0 for content, then you will not be scored for other enabling skills. That means if you tell some other sentence which is not the original sentence or what you heard, then effectively your score will be 0. So the first thing is you have to get the content correct, and after that you need to worry about, or you need to get the fluency and oral fluency correct. But at the same time, a lot of students ask us question, is content the most important thing for repeat sentence? So what do you think? Well, I guess not. Content definitely matters, but you don't need to worry or you don't need to panic if you do not get the sentence correct. So the most important factors to define your speaking score are pronunciation and oral fluency. So if you get at least some of the content and your fluency and pronunciation is up to the mark, then you're going to get a very good score for repeat sentence. So let's see how it's scored in detail. So for content, you get 0 to 3 points. That means if you get the sentence perfect, you get 3 out of 3. But what if you are not able to repeat some of the words, but you repeat more than half of the sentence? Well, in that case, you get 2 points out of 3, which is again more than 50%. Now, if you have spoken at least a word or a few words, then you will be considered for scoring of fluency and pronunciation. Provided that you do not miss out on correct intonation pattern, or you're able to repeat the sentence as the speaker does, then you will be getting full score for fluency and pronunciation. That means even if you repeat half of the sentence, which enables you to get 2 out of 3, then you will still be able to get 5 out of 5 for pronunciation and another 5 out of 5 for fluency, which means your score will be 12 points out of possible 13 points. That means you've done amazingly well. So that's how we can boost and improvise our score. And the purpose of the tips and the strategies that we're discussing today is to boost our score, maximize our scoring potential. So now let's have a look at the tips. This is what probably you're interested in. In terms of tips, the first thing is, unlike other speaking items, you do not hear a beep sound or a warning tone, so you don't know when to start. So you have to look at the timer or watch on the screen to check if the microphone has opened. So as soon as the mic opens, you have to start speaking. Otherwise, you might lose the fluency score. And if you stay idle for more than 2 seconds, then the recording stops and the system takes you to the next question. Now, since I told you in the beginning of this video that it gives you a score for listening as well as speaking, so it's not just a speaking task or it's not just a listening task. So it's an integrated skill type. That means it gives you a score for more than one skill. Now, it looks really simple because it's just one sentence at a time, and usually there are like 10 to 12 words in each sentence. But it's not always true. Some of the sentences can be overwhelmingly difficult to remember, and therefore taking notes is not the right strategy. Because when you are taking notes, you are involved in writing, you're involved in listening, and right after that, you have to speak. So there are 3 skills being used at the same time. Therefore, if you just try to memorize, try to understand the sentence and speak afterwards, it helps you a lot. So taking the notes is not the best strategy because we can't match the speed of speaking with the speed of writing. So always bear this in mind. Now, if you're not able to get the whole sentence, you can still try your best. Try the words that you remember. But again, when you repeat those words, it has to follow the order of the words in the sentence. Otherwise, you are not going to get any score. So there are some random tips given by random people, but you have to be very careful. That might not be the best, and that might not work in your favor. So maybe you think like you're doing the right things by following some random strategies which are unofficial, and you might end up with miserable score. So if you want to know the right tips, if you want to get expert advice, please be in touch with us, subscribe to our channel, and keep watching our videos. We will discuss more and talk about the factors which affect your fluency and pronunciation in upcoming videos. That's all for today. Thank you.